And didn't play well enough, long enough in this football game. Guys, we let 45 minutes go on the clock before we decided we were going to play real hard. And we played hard that last 20 minutes, but the problem is there was 45 minutes before that. We were pretty lackadaisical. Spencer, I'm frustrated with the guys that don't know their assignments, and we're now in week 6. You know, if you count in all of fall preseason camp, we're in week 6, and guys not knowing where they're supposed to be in their assignment. We worried all week. We worried all week that the trip was going to hurt us, and the 7.5-hour bus ride, and were we mentally and physically tough enough to handle that? Did we read a lot of press clippings last week? Did we sit and kind of fill ourselves up with how good we were? We know how good we are right now. So I want to. San Diego played really, really hard, played really well. Had a game plan, was their game plan. We're going to be methodical on offense. We're going to move the ball. We're going to get first downs. We're going to keep the football out of SUU's offense's hands. They did a great job of that. I don't know what the first downs versus first downs total are, but I'll bet you this, that they had us 4-1 in first downs. They had us 4-1 in first downs going into that fourth quarter. Moved the ball well on us, kept the chains moving, kept the clock moving. They were in no hurry to snap the ball. Great game plan. Take your hat off to San Diego and their coaching staff. Brandon Moore, head coach, did a great job. Mike McGlinchey, the defensive coordinator, great job. They outcoached us and outplayed us for a large portion of tonight.
Coach, you talked coming into this game about the long trip, talking about the Idaho State game last year and the similarities there, that you need to have better focus and a better start to this game. What did you feel like was missing in the first half, particularly on offense, not able to muster any points?
No lack of urgency. No urgency. They had urgency in their football program, and we didn't have any urgency, and it really hurt us. Guys, we didn't have urgency tonight until the fourth quarter. The end of the third quarter, start of the fourth quarter, we decided we were going to play good football, and we did. We played good football the last 20 minutes. It was just too little, too late.
You look at the box score, they finished the game with just 64 passing yards, but 296 rushing to you guys' 82. Starting the defensive side of just what you saw that wasn't there for your team to stop their ground.
Yeah, watching them play last week, I thought if they ran inside outside zone, if they just zoned it up, that they would do a lot better than they did last week, and they did that tonight, Spencer, and then added in some power. Had some power in there, and we didn't react well. Did not play the run very well tonight. The most telling stat in all of college football, guys, is that rushing stat. The team that rushes the ball the best is going to win the football game. They rushed for 290, and we rushed for 80.
Offensively, what did you feel like was missing for your ground game to be anywhere close to where it was last week?
Yeah, they stood up to us. Our offensive line didn't play as hard and didn't play as well as they did the week before. Our tight ends didn't block as hard and as well as they did the week before, and just stood up to us and did a nice job.
You get down and you're down 11, then you fumble, defense holds to a field goal, and suddenly you're down 2 touchdowns. What was the message to the team going into that final 5.5 minutes that ultimately got the game to win?
Yeah, the same message it was at the start. Play with a sense of urgency and execute. Let's play with a sense of urgency and let's execute the calls on offense and defense, and we'll be successful, and we were.
Defensively, just 7 points allowed in the first half. Came up with some really critical stops in the second half. How did you feel holistically tonight they performed?
Holistically, I don't think we played well on offense, defense, or special teams, Spencer. Too many Achilles heels, too many critical errors. I just don't think we. I don't think we were good in any phase of the game tonight, and we need to give San Diego a lot of credit for how hard they played, because they made us not play well.
Going into NAU next week, what do you want your team to remember about this game, and what do you want them to forget about this game?
I don't want our players and coaches to ever forget this the rest of their life. I don't think we should ever forget this, and I think anytime we wake up in the morning and think we've arrived in life, we should just remember tonight, because we have not.
Any final thoughts, Coach?
Go Thunderbirds.